Welcome back, everybody, to Conan Exiles, man. OG got pretty excited there. He's excited for this episode. So yeah, welcome, everybody. We are going to jump right on in and get to work because we have a lot of stuff to do in this episode. The plan for today is to build out, or at least to get started on building out our Oasis area and our pool and stuff. And so a couple things before we get started in earnest on that. I went ahead and bit the bullet and spent $10 on the Architects of our Argos. Argos pack because I wanted to get some of the stuff that it offers. So we can now do fountains, we can do statues, more statues. We got some cool rugs. I'm wondering how big this Agrosian carpet is, because that might look good in the throne room, and even maybe the circular one could look good. So let's take a quick look at some of the stuff before we get started on the build itself. Looks like we need some plant fiber. So we're going to go over here, and where do I have plant fiber? I have it somewhere. You know what? It's probably over by the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen. That's what I was trying to say. So let's grab that. And also, we have some Sand Reaper larva and another panther that we need to put in the animal pen. So we're trying to remember what gives you the highest chance here of a Reaper Queen. Let me look that up on the wiki really quick here. It'll only take me a second. Either shade spiced rotten meat or shade spiced human flesh. Those will give us the highest, or shade spiced corrupted flesh. Any one of those will give us a 14% chance of getting a Reaper Queen. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we got plenty of those. Okay, so we're just going to grab 15 of these. Stick these in the stove here. Okay, and then we should be able to make 5 of these. Let's get her going here. And that'll give us a 14% chance to get a queen from the 5 Reapers that we brought back from the sunken city. And, if we don't get Reaper Queens, it's not that big of a deal to me, but it's kind of cool to have them. They're just very exotic pets, and they do quite a bit of damage, poison damage, so they're pretty useful as well for that reason. But they're just kind of neat, too. Oh, actually, we need to go this way. I was going back down towards my old animal pen. And the other thing I need to do is I have a little bit of repairing to do. I had a rock nose purge come in, and I decided not to show it on camera because, again, it was just lame as all get out. I don't know what the hell's going on. I might have to install a purge mod that makes the purge actually significant, because I've got it turned all the way up on the vanilla settings, and it's just a joke. And the other thing is I actually didn't have my no animal purge mod installed when that happened, because I had changed a couple mods around for the server, the multiplayer server that I play on. By the way, most of you probably know this, but in case you don't, I do play Isle of Sipta multiplayer on Tuesdays and usually Fridays, and live stream that. So if you want to stop by and say hello, that'd be great. I am planning on doing a Let's Play series on Sipta, a single player Let's Play series, after we're done with the Exiled Lands, though, too. So anyway, that's what am I doing? I completely lost my train of thought. I'm looking for something. What am I looking for? Oh, the hammer. Yeah, that's what we're looking. Good Lord. I completely forgot what I was doing there. Okay, yeah, so we got a couple things to repair. And all of that should be down here. So let's jump down here. Okay. And we'll get our hammer out. So this took a couple of hits, and it's, I'm trying to get the thing, there we go. Yeah, it was fairly significant damage there. Okay, good. So that's all the way back. Now let's throw all of these guys in here, and throw all of this corrupted stuff in here, and we have 5 chances, a 14% chance times 5 to get a Reaper Queen, and that would be awesome. Okay, there was a couple of hits on some of this stuff up here, so let's just get it repaired quickly. They never did come over, up to the base, and yeah, so do we have anything here? Yep, this got hit too. Just barely got nicked. Okay, anything over here? Yeah, we got... Oh, yeah, I guess we do. You can tell if it needs to be fixed if you see that little kind of floating hammer icon, or sprite, I guess you would call that. So let's just get up here. Very minimal damage, but still damage nonetheless. And, okay, we should be good to go. I don't think they came up this way. Let's just double check. Yeah, everything looks good there. There were a couple humans in that rock nose purge, but they weren't named, so they just all got killed. All right, let's see. Did anybody touch our stable? Nope, stable is good. Excellent. Okay, so I think we're ready to get started here. Oh, that's the other thing, guys. We can make the better fish traps, too. I'll tell you what, though. Let's hold off on that until we get the pool built, because I'm going to make a special place for the fish traps. But we are going to need to pick these up, so let's just do that right now. I might, once this is all built out the way that I think I want it to be, we might have to make a couple of adjustments in the vegetation respawn radius too, because I want to make sure we preserve the trees in particular. I don't really care so much about the underbrush so much, but the trees I want to definitely preserve. So we'll kind of see, how it works. Because right now I think I have it set on 75% of the vanilla setting, which means it allows stuff to get a little bit closer than the vanilla setting would. But if it's still preventing the trees in particular from growing once we have this built out, then I might have to turn that down a little bit more. It can be a little tricky sometimes, though, because you don't want plants, that grown up through the floor in the main base either. I put these foundations pretty high, so we probably will be okay. But again, it's just something we'll have to kind of play with a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we'll make the special fish traps after we get the Oasis set up. But like I said, I am going to leave a spot for that, for us to be able to do that. I think we're ready to get started now. So let's take the fast elevator, and I made another fast elevator. And we're going to use this for a couple of things. We're going to use it, of course, to get up and down, but we're also initially going to use it as kind of a measuring tool, so that when we set stuff down, we're going to, we kind of have it lined up with the upper base. Oh, right. We were going to check out those rugs really quick. Let's do that first because once I get started with the build, I'm going to zero in on it. So, we need more fiber, and I have a bunch over here. Oh, let's talk about something else real quick too while I'm getting all this done. We learned the recipe for the infused aloe extract yesterday, but the thing is it's really expensive to make. And what it does is it heals you more quickly than the pure aloe extract, but the pure aloe extract heals you for more, assuming the wiki's correct. So if I remember right, the infused aloe extract, this requires us to farm scales of Dagon, which we got a total of 16 yesterday, to make, which means it's very expensive just because that's a pain in the ass to have to go do that, right? And so what this does is it'll heal you for 140 hit points over 2.5 seconds. So it's a very fast heal, but it only heals you for 140. Whereas this will heal you for 200 hit points over a period of 5 seconds. So yeah, it takes longer to heal you, but you get more healing out of it. And 20 alchemical base, in my opinion, is easier to obtain than scales of Dagon, right? So the bottom line for me is I'm not even going to bother making this stuff at all. I'm just going to keep making this, and we'll save the scales, I don't know, for something else maybe later, or maybe we won't use them at all. Let's put this in here. I just want to look at this rug in particular. Let's look at this round rug. I already kind of know what the statues and fountains look like, so we'll mess with those later. These look very interesting too. Those require some branches. Let's just make them really quick and take a quick peek at them. And because I have the improved artisan table, I don't need to make the Agrosian crafting bench directly. Though I could if I wanted to. All right, so yeah, let's make one of these and one of these. I just want to see what they look like, and the rest of this stuff we'll probably do something with a little bit later, but not right now. And yeah, let's make one of those two, just to look at it. So, let's grab this rug here. Ooh, that's pretty sizable. All right, here, let's try something. I'm not super happy with these rugs. They'd work okay if they weren't all wrinkly looking, but you know, you just wouldn't have something like that in a palace throne room, I don't think. But this could look cool. Oh, that's weird. I don't like the big lip on it, but I just tracked mud on the carpet. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't like that it's sticking up an inch off the floor, but I mean, overall, I think it looks pretty good. But before we commit to that, let's try the circular rug. If I was to keep that, I would need to turn it because it looks like it has a face of a dragon or something on it, and it's sideways. I don't know about that though. Not convinced that I like that. I like the rug itself. We might use it somewhere else, but I think, I mean, I still like these the most, but I don't like the fact that they're wrinkled. You know what I mean? Let's, instead of putting this in the center columns, what if we make the round part in the center with the arrow pointing towards the throne? Okay. Yeah, I like that better than having it further back like we originally had it. We have to wait for our footprints to disappear. Okay. Yeah, the only thing, like I said, I don't like is the fact that it's so thick, but otherwise I think it looks good. So we're going to run with that. Now, what do these look like? Let's see here. So we got this guy. Oh, shit. That's like a big flag. That looks really nice, but not for the throne room. That's an outside kind of thing. We might put that to use in the Colosseum. See, the icon kind of makes it look like it's a hanging banner, not on a flagpole kind of thing. It looks really good, though. Okay, cool. So we'll save these and see if we can make a spot for them in the arena or the Colosseum when we build that. Let's just look at this really quick. Oh, that's a nice sized banner. Let's go even higher up to maybe here. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Well, I think we'll leave that there for now anyway. And, I don't know. I might change my mind later. We'll see. So we've got the elevator. We know that the elevator is square with, with our build up above. So that's not absolutely critical, but it's kind of important if we want stuff down here to line up with stuff up there, when it's all said and done. Because the thing is if it's significantly crooked, we're going to kind of notice that when we're looking at stuff from back here. So we want it to be lined up with that, not perfectly lined up necessarily, but close enough to where, we're not going to notice it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So what I think we're going to do is, the first thing we need to do is we need to get everything square, and we need to figure out the depth of our paving stones for the bottom of the pool. Okay. So right now I'm in deep enough water to where I'm treading water, and the water comes up right to, the very tips of my shoulders. So we want to try and not get too much higher than that, but we have to be high enough up to where the stones are going to cover the majority of the dirt in the center of the pond here, okay? We're not going to be able to cover up the weeds. There's just not much I can do about that. But the dirt, if we do this right, we should be able to do a fairly good job of covering it up. Okay, so now we have the Agrosian foundations. Oh man, you know what? I've got some Aquilonian building pieces that I want to use too. Let me go grab those real quick. Okay, so the first thing we want to do here is we want to use the elevator to line up things down below with the base. And it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, but it needs to be lined up enough to where, you know, when we're looking at it, excuse me, from up above, it doesn't look off, okay? So that's essentially what we're trying to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the foundation right, you know, as lined up as possible with the elevator. And then we're going to back up just a little bit, about a block's width or so. And then slide this forward to about there-ish. And actually, here, let me get closer again just a second. Yeah, that still seems to be pretty close to lined up. And then we're going to back up to about here-ish. And then we're gonna sink it down a bit because we want to make sure that it's low enough to where when we're over it, we're still treading water, which we mostly are. I mean, our feet are kind of clipping through it, but that's good enough. And, you know, there's kind of a weird thing, too, when you do something like this, your character then vibrates. See how my dude's, like, just shaking really crazy? So there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way the game works. So, yeah. All right, now, before we start laying a bunch of foundations here, the next thing we want to do is we want to figure out where our center line's going to be. So, there's a spot where I think it's going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of build out to here and maybe to here-ish. And then I'm thinking it's going to be probably right about in here, really close. And, you know, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get the center line not only for, you know, the lake itself, because it's not a perfect, you know, circle, but also we have to consider the depth of the water and when the ground starts to raise and that sort of thing too for this to really work the way that I want it to. But I'm thinking probably right about here-ish is where we're going to want to be. So let's take our wedgies, and we're going to start a wedgie there and then one there and one there. Okay, now we're going to pull these back up. Let's pull these up too for now. And let's just put these in place like so. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up top and kind of get a bird's eye view of this and see if that looks more or less where we want the center to be. It's too hard to tell down here, so we need to be looking at it from up above. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably good. I think that's probably about where it should be, at least in terms of, you know, the lagoon itself. We'll have to kind of see how the ground cooperates. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's head on back down. Okay. Now, we're going to pull these back up. We don't need them here anymore. So now, for those of you who are new to building in Conan, this next thing we're going to do is basically building a circle 101 in Conan Exiles. So it's not really difficult at all. You find your center point, and then you lay down 6 triangle pieces like I did just here, or just did here, and then take your squares, and then you start going out this way, however far out you want, you know, you're intending your circle to be. In our case, we're going to go out at least 3, maybe even 4, but let's start with 3, because it kind of depends upon how the ground's going to cooperate with us. So we'll go 3 in each direction with here, like so, and then one more on this side. Okay, so we're just tapping into the ground there a little bit, and this is also tapping into the ground quite a bit. All right, so before we go any further, the question now is, do we want to move this over this way a little bit? Let's make some more squares here. So that starts to tap into the ground there. This does not, so we actually could move this way further. We can't really go this way much further though, because yeah, we're coming up on the bank there. If this was here, yeah, see this starts to also become a problem with the ground here too. So if we slid the whole thing over a little bit, we'd then have a problem here instead of over here, if that makes sense. Where was that other spot? Oh, yeah, right here. All right, so I think that I almost feel like we should pull it back a tad. I mean, it looks good. It looks good pretty much on every side except for just right here. And the way what I'm planning on doing means that this little section of dirt will probably be visible, which I don't want to have happen with this build. Yeah, see, this is 4 blocks out, so we could pull the whole thing back just a little bit, I think, and be good. I think we can pull the whole damn thing back just a little bit. Okay, so that means then that our center, we kind of want the center of our triangle to be probably more, let's see, what's our orientation here? Maybe about a half a block back from where it currently is. Okay, I'm going to pick all these back up. Let me do that real quick. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do before I try and eyeball this again. Let's try this. This might be too far back, but let's just try it first. So we're going to start a new triangle there. Yeah, I kind of think that's going to be too far back, but let's just mess with it a little bit. Let's just mess with it a little bit. So we're going to put the new circle... Whoops, no, not right there. We're going to kind of just superimpose the new circle over the old one. I want to pick the old one up quite yet. So let's just gauge. Can we get 3 over this way before we hit the dirt? Yes, we can. Okay, so that side's going to be okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that side's going to be okay. This is already okay in the back. 1, 2. So we kind of start getting in the dirt on this side. Off of there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're still in a little bit in the dirt there, but not super badly in the dirt. All right, I'm going to need to pick up some of these here. 1. Come on. Come on, game. It wants to do the triangles and there. 2, 3. Okay, so now we're good going 3 out that way. We're good 3 out this way. We're good 3 out that way. Everything's coming off the new circle. So the only place we have a problem is right here. And a little bit right here, which suggests that we should now move over this way a little bit. Because, see, we have more room to play with there. More room to play with there. And even maybe a little more room to play with there. Okay, so let's see if we... What happens if we start the new circle from here then? Okay. So this is going to be our new square. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to pick all this stuff up because it's getting too confusing here. Okay, so let's start the new circle here and see what we got. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that works. That one's already at 3. 1, 2, 3 per. Not terrible. I mean, we could live with that. If the dirt's going to stick out anywhere, I want it to be further back this way because it'll be less visible from up above. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good there. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good there. 1, 2, and 3. Good there. Okay, so I think we found our center point. Very good. All right, awesome. So we're going to run with this. Again, I'm not super concerned about this, and we might be covering that up later anyway, so not really sure. Okay, so back to Circle 101. So you lay down your 6 triangles, and then you lay out your square tiles however far out that direction you're planning on making your circle. When that's done, then what you want to do is basically fill in the areas in between with triangles. It's really as simple as that. Okay, so we're going to fill this area in here like so, and voila, that's all you have to do. So I'm going to go around and start filling in this side or all the other sides, and then when I'm done I'll bring it back and we'll do the next thing. Okay, so that completes our circle. I'm just I'm kind of thinking about this little spot here again too, but I think that's probably as good as we're going to get it, because if we go any further this way, you know, we're way into the dirt there. That's not gonna cut it. And if we go further this way, you can see we're way into the dirt without me even putting it down. We're into the dirt there. And this, we could still go this way a touch, but that's going to even make this side worse. So I think, I mean, you know, we might have been able to move it back this way, but not like another full tile. So this is probably about as good as it's going to get for what we need to do. So we're going to move on, and if we have a little dirt sticking out, we have a little dirt sticking out. What can you do? Can't do anything about the grass, of course, either, so that's just the way that it's going to be. Okay, now, so this is going to be the actual visible floor of our pool. Everything from here on out now is going to it's going to change. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another set of tiles all the way around the circumference of this. Okay, and then we're going to build up one from there, and then we're going to put some stairs in place. Okay, so let's do that right now. All right, so we got our stairs in place. Looking pretty good so far. Looking pretty good so far. So yeah, we have a little patch of dirt that's sticking out there, but you know what? Whatever. I don't think we can do much about that. Now, let's go back up to up top side here and take a look and see what things look like so far. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Not bad at all. Okay. Now, we're going to reset our elevator because we had to pick it up, you know, because it was going to be in the way. So let's put that back in place. What in the hell? Okay, and we can safely jump in the pool without worrying about dying because it's deep enough. And yeah, it's looking pretty damn good. Okay, so now, the next thing that's going to happen here is we're going to... The elevator is a little janked here, but I mean, yeah, not much we can do about that. I think it'll have to work. So now what we're going to do, of course, is we're going to fill in the sides. And so that's really just going to be a matter of me doing more of the same, right? Where we just fill it all out to the sides. But what I am going to do, though, is I want to leave an open area where we can put the fish traps. I thought about maybe trying to stick them back here, but I don't know. This is kind of tight back here. See, we can get back here ourselves. We can't get through there, though. It's almost like there's maybe more room. We kind of came back through here and set some of them in there, but we get a little messed up with the elevator there, too. Other option is we still have quite a bit of water here, so maybe we cover this with ceiling pieces so we can still get underneath there, and then we line the fish traps up along here. We might try that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really too worried about the fish traps right now. They're not the highest priority, so we'll figure it out. So, yeah, so I'm going to just keep building things out from here to kind of the edge of the pond, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we've got the Patio of the pool built out. I tried a couple other or a couple of ideas with some walls and some arches and stuff, and I don't know. It seemed like it was too much. So we're gonna go the minimalist route here again, and just put up the fences. I also tried or took a look at the Aquilonian fences versus the Argosian, and I think the Argosian or Argosian, however you say that, looks a lot nicer. So that's what we went with. I opted to go with square foundations instead of filling out the triangles, which kind of gives us that little weird V-shaped look where all the stairs are. Here, let's get out this way a little bit more. But actually, that doesn't look terrible. When you're standing down next to it, it kind of flickers a little bit, but I think it kind of works. And I kind of like the mix-up or the change-up with the Aquilonian kind of along the side, so it's not all just the same stuff with the Agrosian. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to make ourselves a barrel table, unless I already have one made from the tavern build. Don't know if I do or not. Let me just take a quick look in all this stuff here. Okay, so let's make that because I got an idea for what I want to do with this. Let's get all these other pieces. Yeah, I tried to put the roofs up kind of like an awning kind of idea, but it just wasn't looking good. So like I said, I opted to go for the simplistic view. Let's pick this back up too. Now, I do have the Black Hand tints. Got a bunch of different styles. I just don't know if that would look good down there though. I mean there's one way to find out, right? We could try it and just see what it does. While we're up here too, let's make our new fish traps and get those set down. I left a spot for them out there. So to make the new fish traps, let's see, what do we need? We need scales of Dagon and some vines. I don't have any vines with me, but I got vines over at the kitchen. So let's go grab some of those. We're gonna have to go farm up some vines. We can do that. We can do that later. Okay. So anyway, we'll worry about the fish trap later. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab this fountain here, and I want to make another one of those fountains, and you'll see why here in just a minute. So, what are we missing? We need some tar. Let's craft 2 of those. I also want to craft this Agrosian statue. Let's also craft some of these. I'm going to make about 10 of those, because I think that's what we're going to use for light down below in the pool area. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the barrel table, and we're going to set it right smack dab in the middle of our thing here. Doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle, but close. All right, that's pretty close. Now, let's get up here. Now, this part's going to be a little tricky, but what we're going to try and do is we're going to take these 2 statues, or fountains here, and we're going to actually, it might actually be better if we try it from the side like this. So we kind of, because I want to set it like in the middle of the thing there. It really goes down far though, doesn't it? All right, well, let's just do that, and then let's flip this one the other way. Yeah, let's just do that for a second. Yeah, this is tricky because it's just about the right height, but it's not lined up on the barrel table very well. See, the thing is, I didn't want to put it right on the floor, because then the fountain itself is underwater, which doesn't really make sense, especially with the braziers, Oh man, this is going to be tough to do. All right, here, let's pick this back up. We might have to do it really close to the barrel. Okay, now we need to scroll it down to there. All right, now let's spin this around and try and get it lined up on this side. It's really hard to see what's going on here, though. Well, how's that look? We're not, we're too far in. Okay. You know what actually might work better is to do this one from the side. All right. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's, shoot, we got a gap here though, don't we? Okay. I'll try it again. This is not easy to do, man. All right, I think that's about as close as I'm going to get it. It's not exactly lined up, but I mean that. I tried this, probably at least another half dozen times, and I just cut the camera because, yeah, it's getting to be a bit much. So, all right, now, what we might try and do here, you know what, son of a bitch, it's not. Is it perfectly in the middle? Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Let's just try something. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to grab these guys, and if we just kind of do this to kind of hide the thing underneath. Okay, you know what? Now that we did that, we could actually use the fences to help. I don't know, that's pretty well lined up on this side. It's a little bit off on that side. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it the way it is. It's pretty close. It's pretty close, and you'd have to really look closely to notice it's not quite perfect. But I think it's close enough. All right, that looks neat. I like that with the fountain and the braziers and stuff on it. That's looking good. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, we're almost finished here. We're going to take the statue, and we're going to put the statue right up on top here. And I think if we having problems with the fence, huh? It's doing some damage. Holy crap. Can we... Okay, no, I just about got up there. Do the little double flip jump. There we go. Okay. Damn. We're going to have to take a potion. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop up here. We're going to go into first person mode. And we're going to see if we can back up just a smidge and put this statue in place here. So we want it in the center, and I think I think that's the right direction, yeah. So again, this one doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but let's see what that looks like. Not bad. Not bad if I do say so myself. All right, very good. Now, the last thing we're going to do for our pool build here is we're going to put... I've got these... So I got this other fountain, though, too, actually. It's really nice. What if we... Okay, so that's kind of the center line there, right? Oh! Our sand reapers are done. Let's see if we got a queen. No, we got a yellow, an orange, and 3 greens. Okay, well, shoot, that's too bad. All right, I'll deal with those guys later. We do have these. Whoops, we have these fountains. So what we could do, we have some statues we could maybe play around with too. But what if we put a fountain right in the center here? Okay. So if we're going to do that, we're going to want to grab a couple other things. So let's go back up top here real quick. Let's see. What else do we have? We only have 2 types of fountains. Whoops. And we've already put 2 of these in, but we put 2 back to back. Let's definitely make 1 more of those. Let me look again from up here. So we got a fountain on that side, that side we can't really see very well because of the stone jutting out. Maybe we leave that fountain where it is and make a couple of statues for the other sides. Okay, so what are our options for statues? We got the Turanian statues, which could work. We've got the Aquilonians. I think I want to save the Aquilonians though for recipe old statue. I want to save these for the arena. I don't know. I think these are pretty big statues, actually. Well, what the hell? They're only stone. Let's just make 1 of each. This one I think is pretty big too, but let's make it. And then we'll see which ones feel right. All right, let's go down. Okay, so we got that statue there. What if we put... We could put the... Ooh. We could put this down here. People could play chess in the sun. I don't know. Maybe. Let's hold that thought. Okay, how big is this thing? It's pretty damn big. Yeah, I think that's too big. Yeah, that's definitely too big. Let's look at this statue here. Okay, that statue's not ginormous. It's a little eagle or something, I guess. Okay, let's hold that thought. Hold that thought. We got this statue. We got this horse statue, which I think is pretty big. Let's grab the tents. What does this look like? Oh. Ooh, this has potential. It's just a little ratty looking is all. This one's smaller. So what if we put that one there and this one here? I guess we have to hold it back to here. You know, the whole idea here is provide shade from the sun kind of thing. Nah, I think that's too much. I think this one is definitely too much. So let's pull this back up. These littler ones could maybe work though. Maybe. All right, how big is this? Oh my God. That thing's huge. It's kind of a... He's got like a trident. It's kind of a water theme. I don't know. We might have to put that one in the arena. That thing is ginormous. If we did put this down here, might look better if we kind of put it up against the cliff. Let's just look at it from over here. Actually, that's not bad. That kind of works, I guess. The question is, though, is the horse statue as big? Oh, damn near. All right, what if we... Maybe what we should do is swap these out, because this one is not... This one's narrower. Just a little light tap there. That is cool looking, man. I know it's still kind of far back, but it's just taking up so much space is all. I'm still thinking, you know, that's going to be more fitting for an arena environment anyway. Yeah, I think this is too much. I love it, though. Definitely going to be looking at this for, like, the Colosseum, but I don't think it works here. It's too much. All right, what about these Aquilonians? How big are these guys? Whoops. 8. See, that's a little more reasonable in terms of size. But, I don't know, does it match? It's kind of not so convinced that it matches. Like, put the eagle on this side of the fountain and the... I don't know if this is going to work either, but let's just back up for a second. Too much. It's too much. It's too much. Remember, we're going for a minimalist here. Okay. We got a couple fountains. We got a couple tents that people can sit under if the sun's too hot. And the last thing we're going to do is put some braziers in place, and then we're going to wrap this up, because man, oh man, has this gone long. Okay, so for the braziers, let's go ahead and we're going to stick one here. Let's go back to first person so I can line it up right. All right, let's stick one there. One there. Okay, the only thing I'm not still convinced about are the tents, but let's see what it looks like from up above. You know what? I just thought of something. There's one of our DLCs actually provides, or our mods provides some kind of nicer looking tents, because those are just kind of ratty looking is all. All right, let's go into admin mode and see what it looks like at nighttime. Okay, so we're going to go to here and let's set this to 1900. Ooh, that's all nice and lit up down there, isn't it? The fountain braziers don't really put off very much light, do they? I was kind of hoping the water would be more lit up than that. Now that I see that the fountain in the water does not light things up like I thought it would, I'm going to change something here real quick. All right, give me a second. I'm going to do a couple things real quick. Okay, so let's oh shit. That was close. We're going to pick these up. We're going to try the awnings instead of the tents. I looked at the other tents, you know, that we have from the Dude's Delightful DLC, and they're not really the kind of tent that you would have at a poolside. They're more like a field tent kind of thing. So, yeah, let's redo that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to completely take this back apart. Because I've got a new plan for this. Plus, it's still probably, you know, it's still bugging me a little bit that it's not completely lined up correctly. All right, now, ooh, how much space is this going to take up? I think it's cool looking, but I think it's too big. It's really taking up a lot of room in the pool. Yeah, okay, let's not do that. But what we are going to do is we're going to put this fountain down. The thing that really appealed to me about those other fountains that we used were that they had the braziers on them, but they don't really actually light anything up. So, oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Not perfect, but good enough. Definitely better than it was before. All right, now, here's what we're going to do. we are going to take these glowing torches that put out a significant amount of light, and we're going to turn them this way so they're looking at the fountain. Cannot be placed in water. Wait, what? Oh yeah, if we can get it lower down, that's even better, because I kind of want to hide the bone part of it. I don't really like the bone part of it. Not for this setup anyway. So this could actually work out in our favor. Okay, we'll put this down here. See, that lights things up nicely. Okay, so we're going to turn it dark again here in just a little bit. Ooh, I like that. And it matches with the fence because it's a Grossian. All right, yeah, I'm sold. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go back into here. Let's get the corner awning piece. We want to get this one and flip it that way, and this one and flip it that way. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. This is what I'm talking about here. Okay, now let's put that there. This can go here and here. Like so. Now, this is going to be another frickin' 1 million hour long episode. But, you know, this stuff takes time. I'll try and edit as much as I can. Ooh, yeah, see, that looks so much nicer with the glow sticks, because now it kind of lights up the water. I wonder if I should put some more down there and really make it look lit up. You know, another nice thing about this Grossian building design is we have the dirt down there, but if the dirt doesn't stick out like a really bad sore thumb, because it's, you know, the color kind of matches the other design. So it's not, I mean, you can definitely see it if you look for it, but if you're kind of looking off that way, the dirt's not a problem for the peripheral vision, at least not for me. So that kind of worked out really nicely. All right, so this fountain up here's got to go. See, look at how the water's all nice and blue looking. I could add more of these, but I don't know. That might be too much. I think we're going to leave it the way it is. Okay, so let's pick this up. This isn't working for me. Okay, so that's not there anymore. And like I said, I could put a couple of chairs down here and that sort of thing. But I think we're done with this, you guys. I like it. I like this build. The only thing I'm not happy with is the elevator in this spot. And, you know, I mean, we could move it. Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll figure something out. Put it that way. I'll figure something out. But I think we're, aside from the elevator and maybe put some chairs out here, excuse me, I think we're good. I really like how this is glowing blue in here. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. In the next episode, we will get back to some action. We'll probably pull out the staff and do the next storyline dungeon that we need to do. We still have a few more of those to go. And we also have all of the Scourge stone pieces that have to be found too. But anyway, yeah, it's looking good, man. It is looking good. Things are coming along here. The little water area down there that's open, that's where I will put the fish traps. And, you know, I might cover that to do something else also with that. I don't know. We'll see. The problem is if I keep building out even further, we're going to start losing our trees. And that's something, you know, I'm going to have to look at too. But still a lot more to come. A lot of content to come. We've got, you know, we've got our tower to build in our training grounds over there. We've got our arena to build. I've got more work that I want to do down below. We've got stables that we need to build for the horses, gates to set up. And so lots more to come building, but, you know, I don't want to do a bunch of building episodes back to back. So, you know, we'll do building, then we'll do some action, then we'll do building, then we'll do some action and so forth. But it's coming along pretty good. This place is looking pretty damn nice, if you don't mind my saying so. All right, you guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video. And we'll catch you in the next episode. All right? OG, say goodbye to everybody.